False Start, a college football podcast for everyone and everyone else. I'm your host, John Buhler, lead writer for FanSided. I am joined today by a man who is not Darren Silverman, who is not Jason Biggs, who is not, Jim from American Pie. He's Cody Williams, content director, fansided.com. Life continues. How are you?
Apparently I'm not big, or bigs, if you will, but I am here. And you know what? This is a college football podcast, except for today, because it's
No,
not a
it's not.
college football podcast today.
No, not even 1 second. This is the second annual Not a College Football Show. Last year was kind of our summer fling. This is a little bit more baseline. This summer has been really challenging for the show here. We appreciate all you starters for hanging in there with us and giving us 5-star reviews on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. Like I said, this is the last show before we get into our season previews, and we'll have stuff with yards and the cloud of punt after week 0, where your North Carolina Tar Heels are going to be playing the TCU Horned Frogs in Dublin, potentially without Stephen Belichick.
Yeah, I mean, doesn't matter.
No, it
It
does.
doesn't even matter because I don't think so.
I don't know what's smarter, taking TCU laying points or Kirby minus Western Kentucky plus 30 with versus Georgia with the Western Kentucky white helmet game because he's not covering that game, dude.
No, not at all. It's a 30-point spread. Kirby Smart's never covering. Honestly, if you want to know my real take, I think the Tar Heels win in Dublin, beat TCU, and then go full Northwestern and go 0 for America. Because I think that's the
So
funniest possible outcome.
and then give it a couple of years, and then 80-year-old Bill Belichick is coaching at Michigan State because this is false start.
That's right. Hey, it's all full circle.
It is all first full circle. We have obviously false started today, our first and 15. And again, every single one of these is kind of going to be a spoof on like a headline or a seggy that we do.
Hmm.
So instead of put a dude on a team, bro, we're going to do make a reality TV show better, bro.
Yes,
So
sir.
basically, take a show and like add or subtract a few words. I mentioned this off air. Like if you were to take traders, it would be like, but I can't really use that on the show, but like people that betray your baseball team and you put GMs up there. Like that's an example of a show we could do. We're not doing that. But I
Yeah.
have three, you have three. Do you want to start or should I go with it?
You get you. This was your idea, so let's let you kick it off.
I think that's how we'll do it with each person's idea.
Yeah.
We each kick it off. So this is my idea. Seggy's 1, 3, and 5 are mine. 2, 4, and 6 are yours. It's going to be unbelievable.
I mean, I think we've got a good collection of stuff to just shoot the shit about a little bit today.
Absolutely. So this show is not in existence anymore because I don't think MTV exists anymore.
Hmm.
But what is the quintessential reality show on MTV? It would be The Real World.
Hmm.
Let's make it better. Let's make it Boomer Real World. Um, everybody who's made life hard for us, let's make them live in the world that they've created. Like they gotta take public transit, they gotta live, ITP. They don't have a car. They're all living together with, a bunch of electronic devices and Rukus and whatever they're called. Um,
You only get one call to a millennial grandchild per day.
Absolutely. When somebody puts their CPAP machine in there, like the circuit blows.
Oh my God, that'd be so good, dude. I'm 100% on board. We need this.
Absolutely, and it's just like you dodge the traffic, you gotta dodge some traffic to go to like the safe way to buy groceries.
That's right. There will be casualties on the Boomer real world.
Yeah, and I don't know if we're gonna pour one out or whatever it is for that, but yeah, the Boomer Real World is great because originally that was a Gen X show.
Yeah, 100%. And Gen X is suffering just as much as us millennials these days. So
I don't know if he's still with us, but let's bring Puck back from the San Francisco one where he's picking his nose and eating peanut butter with his hands.
what a guy. What a guy.
Or you put a Trishelle and a CT back in there, man.
Just see have CT host it. That'd be the best.
Oh my God, put it like what city is it? Is it Portland? Yeah.
Yeah, oh yeah. We've got to go like with the most like Gen Z or millennial city possible, which is probably Portland.
Absolutely, or just Austin, or just what other just
Oh
cities.
my
Just
God, Austin would be really funny.
they think they're going to Texas, but they have no idea they're living the boomer real world.
That's right. Do it
Tucker
during like
brother,
Austin city limits.
they gotta live with Matthew McConaughey. He's not wearing deodorant.
That's right.
All right, how do you make your first reality show better?
Yeah, so I'm gonna stick with the MTV theme here. Another quintessential MTV reality show, which is of course the Jersey Shore. And we're gonna recast the Jersey Shore, but get the same type of characters. They're a little bit old these days. Rather than go to the Jersey Shore, we're just gonna work 9 to 5 jobs. Um, we're gonna make them go into an office every day and just keep a camera on them. Like, imagine someone with the same like characterization of DJ Pauly D, having to ask about the TPS reports. Like, that's what I want to see. That's what I want in my reality show.
Snooki's got to figure out how to navigate the espresso machine.
That's right.
And Mike, the situation Sorrentino, he's going HR, man.
100. Yes. GTL stands for growth, TPS reports, and long-term solutions.
Growth, TPS supports, and long-term solutions. I don't know. JWoww is in a position she's not ready for.
Oh yeah, no, she's like CFO for
Yeah.
sure.
She thinks it's chief fun officer. In reality, it's about the finances, and her sevens look like gammas. Uh,
Oh my God.
but like they're the corporate version of like the wings that they worked at.
That's right, 100%.
That parlays actually really nicely with my second one. Um, the summer sensation that was happening in and around on Peacock. I watched it. You didn't because your significant other doesn't like these sort of shows, and that's okay.
Yeah.
But instead of Love Island, it's a long Love Island. You put it on Long Island,
Oh my God, yes.
and like instead of being in Fiji, they're in the Hamptons, baby.
Honestly, I'm here for it because I feel like that's just asking for even more drama. Like you don't have Fiji to like calm you down.
No, no, you go yachting, you head into like the Sound, and you're heading up towards like Bridgeport or Stanford or whatever it is.
Yeah.
Um, or you end up going up the East River, and there's a guy swimming, or it looked like he was swimming, said Cosmo Kramer. Uh,
Oh my God.
yeah, that's ridiculously good. What's number two for you?
Number two, I'm gonna stick in the corporate world, but I'm gonna take Undercover Boss and we're gonna
Yes.
reverse it. We're gonna do reverse Undercover Boss, where low-level employees within a company, so like a cashier at Wendy's, goes to the Wendy's corporate office and works for a week and sees how incompetent these MFers are. That's like, I think that's exactly what I want to see. This spawned from an idea because I thought about it with like sending like a an athlete into like a front office just to see what the day-to-day in a front office is like, because I don't know if you saw this when Chase Burns signed his extension with the Reds, they had to reprint the contract because they spilled coffee on it when they were going in there. And I was like, these people are not like that much more intelligent than like your layman.
Undercover boss, undercover employee. That's great. You're taking some dude working in a Wendy's in Columbus, Ohio, and he just goes up the road to Dublin. He's trying to figure this out.
That's right. It'd be incredible. Like just like seeing like, oh, this guy makes like 40 times my salary and I'm pretty sure he's a moron.
Dude's never eaten a hamburger in his life.
That's right. That's the other thing is after the whole big arch thing with the McDonald's CEO, like I just want to see like actual, real McDonald's eaters get out there and be like, oh, okay.
It's kind of like what Joe Millionaire with the guys like your last
Yeah.
name is Marriott, so we're gonna pretend you're a part of the Marriott family, and
That's
he was not.
right. Oh
Uh,
man, Spike TV had a run there with some reality shows for sure.
Hell yeah, they did. In my last one, we're gonna go over towards Bravo,
Oh
and
hell yeah.
there's so many spin-offs of this. You got the Real Housewives of Atlanta, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, New York, Miami. The best one's actually Salt Lake City.
Yeah, 100%.
But we kind of do the off-brand version of what's going on in Atlanta. And so instead of the Real Housewives of Atlanta, it's the real stay in bed dog moms of Johns Creek. I haven't seen you laugh that hard in a long time.
I mean, that's good, dude. That's like, every dog. Like, no offense, to my good friend Al, who has two doodles, but I mean, all the dogs are doodles. Like, you know that.
Or like some offspring of Bruiser from Legally Blonde.
Yes. They're either doodles or they fit in a purse. Like, that's the two options.
I've heard of like, stay-at-home mom, or then I've also from Arrested Development, like stay in bed mom, when they call that with Lindsay Bluth. I'm like, how about stay in bed dog mom? And I'm like, I've been sitting on this idea for like, God, like a decade now.
Yeah,
Um, I think that'd be a hell of a name of like a punk rock band, Bueller and the Stay in Bed Dog Moms or something.
that'd be really good. I love that.
Yeah. And I'm like, who is the perfect stay in bed dog mom? And you haven't seen the show, but it is Greg Hirsch's mom in Succession.
Okay.
So basically, she is the nephew of Logan Roy, played by Brian Cox,
Okay.
and she's the one that's like, you are a Roy, so you try to get in your way into this company and work there, and all she's doing is like drinking wine from a bed. That's all she ever does. Uh, like season three, Greg, who's working for Tom Wamsgams and working somewhere in corporate world, he's like, okay, I got to cancel this Amex Gold because my mom just keeps panic buying stuff.
Oh God, that's good.
Yeah. And what is your last one?
Well, I mentioned Spike TV for a reason because one of my favorites on Spike TV was Bar Rescue. Love
Yes,
Bar Rescue with
I
John
love,
Taffer. Who doesn't, honestly?
it's great.
It's so good. But we're gonna go in a different direction. We're gonna go with bar sabotage, where you find a bar that's really successful and running really well, and you have someone in there who just goes and tries to sabotage the working of the business, whatever that may be. It's kind of like what was that show, like The Mole or something like that
Yeah.
they had for a while? It's like kind of like that, but bar themed. And so like someone's like, we should have guys' night where guys drink free, like those types of ideas.
You literally throw a grenade into where they make grenades in Bourbon Street.
That's right.
Well, we don't support domestic terrorism on this show, but that's something that you could do.
You just serve actual grenades instead of the drink. Like, we don't want to have false advertising. We want to we want to give the customers real
You
experience.
give like some Paisley girl like an actual grenade from like what, like the Vietnam, and she's just, what do I do with this?
Whatever you want, man.
But I love that, you have like the guys who have like, the guys with like the neck tats and like the really raleigh fingers, like give your mustache,
Oh
like
yeah.
get you some neck tats and really get that thing curling, and you're making like perfect cocktails. But then you basically got Charlie Kelly behind the bar who can't.
That's right. Just yelling wild card.
Wow. God, I love that. That is fantastic.
Oh man, no one steal our ideas. That's, this is intellectual property.
This is intellectual property, just like this next topic. Good bull on an island. Your idea. Roll, tell us what's up with this.
Yes, sir. So, we everyone has played the deserted island game before. You can bring one book, you can do whatever. I gave us some options. So, try to keep in the theme of having multiple things to talk about here. You get to bring one movie, one item of food, and then one miscellaneous item with you on the deserted island. What are your one of each? So, I'll start us off with my one movie. And I didn't go with my favorite movie of all time, but I did go with a movie that I really like and that I find extremely rewatchable, and one that I feel like I could just like have on because it's always on TNT and things of that nature. And that's A Few Good Men. A Few Good
Okay.
Men is the perfect like movie to always have on. You're gonna enjoy it when you watch it. If you've seen it a lot of times, you don't have to watch the entire thing. I think it's the perfect movie. It's the movie I always watch on a plane if it's available like on Delta or something like that, because if there's a baby crying, I've seen it 100 times. I'm not going to be upset that I didn't hear what Jack Nicholson just said. And so like, I think it's perfect for the deserted island.
I love that. I'm gonna go a slight sidetrack here. I was gonna share this with you, but you were off, I think, on Tuesday or
Yeah.
whatever. This guy had this tweet that I saw, and it was, I was on a flight from Atlanta to Boise, and there was a 6'5" meathead guy sitting catty corner from me, covered in tattoos. And he goes on there and he doesn't talk, he doesn't think, he puts play on The Sandlot. And when it ends, He plays it again. And as soon as the jet steals home, that was when we took off our seatbelt sign.
Oh my God, that's awesome. That's incredible. I did see like one of the most wholesome things I've ever seen on my plane ride back from North Carolina recently. A dad was watching Top Gun Maverick on his seat, and he had his son in like the seat next to him, and his son was like, "What are you watching? Can I watch that?" And he goes, "Well, no, you've never seen Top Gun." So he made his son watch Top Gun while he watched Top, which I thought was really sick.
Playing with the boys, brother.
That's
That's what
right,
it's.
man. That's just the next generation feeding the next generation.
So while this isn't necessarily my favorite movie, it's a movie that I do think has a lot of rewatchability. And honestly, if I'm on a straight island, I want something that's going to inspire hope that I can get out. That's
Mhm.
going to be The Shawshank Redemption.
Oh hell yeah. I'm surprised neither of us picked Castaway for like, maybe some ideas.
No, like I think I would get sick of Tom Cruise very quickly. I'm like, you just play a good guy in every movie. I don't need this. I need some
Yeah.
complexity there for me with
Yeah.
my movie.
No, Shawshank's a good call.
All right, food for you.
Yeah, this is the one I struggled the most with, if I'm being completely honest. What food am I not going to get tired of? What food is not going to give me tummy troubles on a deserted island? Because I don't think that's what you want at all. And I went with the most innocuous, but something, that I've eaten my entire life and still not tired of. That's the peanut butter and jelly. Just give me an endless supply of peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I think I'll be okay.
I respect that. I do not care for jelly, and I'm not the biggest
It's
sandwich
like,
person ever. But you know what? That's a comfort food for a lot of people.
yeah,
Uncrustables, whatever it is, that
I
makes you
do love
happy.
an Uncrustable, man. I thought about just going straight up Uncrustables.
In another life, you were a professional long snapper.
That's right, 100%.
For me, I'm like, okay, if I'm on this island, there's going to be fish, there's going to be birds, there's probably going to be eggs, there may be snakes.
Hmm.
I need some sort of food that like I can eat that goes along with it. And I thought like, okay, like onion's my favorite vegetable, which is very weird to say because I
Yeah.
think it goes well with everything. But I'm not going to do that. Just give me a banana. I'll just eat bananas.
Nice. My other consideration was more in that practical sense, like you're talking there, which was having watched a lot of Survivor in my life, rice would
Yeah,
probably be like the right answer, but who wants to be right?
I want to have fun. I want to have
That's
a
right.
crustable.
Nothing
And then
fun
your
about white rice.
miscellaneous item.
Yeah, this is the first one I wrote down. I'm gonna need like soap or shampoo. That's what I went with. Soap or shampoo because you're talking about salt water, you're gonna feel grimy real quick. And like, there's nothing I want less than to be like lost, losing hope, and also to feel really dirty. Like, I just think that would be too much for my mentals to take.
That's the correct answer. I should have done that as the guy who showers every day, like religiously. It's
Right.
I don't like it. It makes me uh I just said an acoustic guitar because I got to entertain myself.
So I am worried that I would probably get a little bored with my items that I have here, but at least I'll be clean.
You can make friends with the guys in your brain, man.
That's
That's
right.
and the fishes and the iguanas and stuff. It's gonna be awesome.
That's right. I'll be like George of the
It's re
Jungle.
it's really not, but that's okay.
That's right.
God, that was good. Now, this one might take a little bit of while, but our next one up here, our spinoff of TIN10 is PET Peeve.
Sir.
A number of things that happen in the day-to-day world that just annoy you. I put 10. I rattled them off to the Arizona State podcast. She's like, I think that's a pet peeve. I think you just hate those things. I'm like, you know what? Fair.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I noticed at some point that some of these are uber specific. Some of these might just be like really personal things, but I'm going to consider them pet peeves for this. It's fine. I've got six written down here. So,
And I've got 10 because I'm a whore, Peter.
I mean, I could have kept going. I stopped, and I'm sure we'll riff on some that come to mind while we're talking about this.
All right. In no particular order, the first one I got here is people who drive Mustangs or motorcycles and rev their engine constantly. Y'all can
Mhm.
kiss my ass. I don't care what your name is, it's Ben.
That's right.
Like you are not packing heat where it counts. You are probably the guy that would like take two girls out a date at the same time at a date night in college, and everyone's like, "You're a toolbox."
Yeah, no one likes you. It's not
No,
cool. Not
no.
fun.
Nothing cool about that. That's a huge one for me. Also, like living in Chicago and Wrigleyville, like I would hear that all the time at the intersection of Sheffield and God, what is it? Sheffield and Clark, just
Mm,
constantly. It was dumb.
yeah.
I'll never recover.
I don't think I would either. Yeah, revving motorcycles, I'm good. If you're revving your car, you're not a friend of mine.
No, sir. What annoys you?
Number one, with a bullet, everyone else on the road. Like it
Yes.
doesn't matter. The NC State podcast has said many times, and I think you would agree. Like I'm a generally pretty chill person. I stay pretty even kill most of the time, and I'm able to like look at things logically. You put me behind the wheel of a car, that changes. I am an anger shark. To avoid getting shot, I've had to like tone down my rage, but like I really I everything everyone does on the road annoys me. There's no logical sense to what they're doing. There's like why are you merging? Like why are you turning your signal on after you've already merged? Like what are we doing here? Like why are we going 68 miles an hour only to go 55 20 seconds later, like without the speed limit changing? Like it just what are I can't do it, and it drives me insane, and nothing makes me angrier.
I have that as well. People who tailgate and drive like a-holes. That was
Yeah.
on mine as well. Like tailgating in the country is so bad. They're all dudes with goatees named Brad,
Oh yeah.
and they just ride you, and it's like, dude, I got garbage in the back. I'm going to the dump. Like, please just chill out. And as they pass me with their truck nuts in the back of their car.
Yeah, looking super cool.
Yeah, and then you got the guys who also drive the Mustangs weaving in and out of traffic. I'm like, this isn't a game. This is people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
Like your stupidity is going to hurt somebody. Please stop.
100%. 100%. Since you've got more and I we doubled up on that one, what's your next one?
You got to put your shopping cart away. I will actually curse you and your family if you don't do that. Like this is the simplest barometric of if you're a good person or not. And again, this is a very common one. It may be one for you, but it's like this is you gotta put it away in the corral or back in there because I've worked at a grocery store. Somebody has to go get it. This isn't Aldi. Like you
Mm-hmm.
have to take it back to get your quarterback in this sort of situation. But like it'll ding your car. Publix isn't liable for that.
Mm-hmm.
Like you could go out there. You could hurt a kid.
Mm-hmm.
There's it's the simplest thing you can do. It's really not that difficult, but apparently we live in a world where the easiest things are the most difficult things to do because it requires being decent.
Uh, I 100% agree with you. Also worked in a grocery store and can confirm someone has to go get those carts. And it's normally someone who already hates their life and the fact that they work at a grocery store.
It's the guy that like McLovin dropped all the beers and the guy had to take.
Yes, exactly.
All right. What do you got? What do you got next? Or should I go another one?
No, I got one. And it's kind of like I was thinking about the grocery store when I wrote it, but it applies to just generally anywhere. People who conversate in the middle of some of a walkway, whether that's the sidewalk, whether that's a grocery store aisle, whether that's like people who just stand in the way because they're having a conversation like they're the most important people in the world and no one else matters, when in fact you're the one who's in the way and you're the one who's an asshole for doing it.
Stand in the middle of the road.
It
You're
drives
a
me
dog.
insane, dude. And like I say this, my mom is one of the worst offenders of this. I love my mom dearly, but she talks to everyone and knows everyone. And so like in the middle of a grocery store, she's gonna sit there and talk to someone. And I'm just like, good God, can we like put the cart up? Can we do anything to get out of the way?
I just want to get some rice roni. I don't need to talk about Gabriel.
That's what I'm saying, man. That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty good. That ties in very closely to the Arizona State podcast's biggest pet peeve. Everybody stands next to her in a grocery store, like it like touches her. Like I know
Mm,
she's cute, but please leave her alone.
yeah,
Um, Next one for me. I don't like people who don't tip, people who litter, and people who don't wear a seatbelt.
fair.
Like if you don't tip, like I worked in restaurants, we've worked in restaurants too. Like this is supposed to help the entire staff out. Look, I wish we could pay people more money, but this is the society we've chosen to live in. This is how it's set up.
Right.
Like all you do is take whatever you pay, move the decimal point over, and multiply it by two, and you're good.
Yeah, it's
It's a
not hard.
lot, but it's not that difficult.
Let me ask you about this because I do think it does the evolution of tipping is something. Like you're asked for a tip at like a coffee shop where they made your coffee, they're not delivering it to you, they're just putting it in the drop-off window. Like, how do you feel about tipping there?
I'll like reluctantly do it.
Yeah.
Like,
I tend to not go full 20% is what I do. Like I'll probably go 10 to 15 on that.
yeah, and it's kind of hit or miss with whatever I do with rideshare. Like sometimes I'm
Yeah.
like, that's scary,
I mean,
but
I truly treat rideshare and like I as someone who drove rideshare for a little bit when I was freelancing, like it is nice when people tip and like but like also like I truly treat that as like a performance review.
yeah. And also, like in a day and age where there's a bunch of Waymos, I don't know if they've made it out to there to Los Alamos yet, but like I'd
We
rather
don't even
like
have Uber, brother. We don't have anything.
that's a you are living in a different time, brother. And
We
then
have DDs. That's what we have.
obviously, as far as like littering, I had a friend in high school who would like throw stuff out the window. It's just there's people that clean up. I'm like, yeah, people like you who get in trouble go clean it up.
Right. You and you're on your direct track to prison.
And
Like,
and then if you're not wearing a seatbelt, it basically means you really don't care about your life. And if I'm in your car, that means I don't matter.
yeah. No, when I first got my license, I was a very reckless individual, as we all were at 16 in various ways, and I didn't wear a seatbelt. Not the case anymore. Always wearing the seatbelt. Got to be safe about it. It's not
Yeah.
hard. Not hard,
Eh,
really not that constrictive, if we're being honest.
No, what else you got?
Another one for me, and this is very niche for me specifically. I play a lot of slow pitch softball, and there are pitchers who will like try to like fake you out. They'll do like fake pitches and things of that nature. Nothing makes me angrier because you're not doing anything. The ball's coming at like 10 miles an hour. Like I'm not gonna like the fact that you deked me isn't gonna like make me swing and miss or anything like that. Like you're not accomplishing anything with it. You just look like a jackass. And it does nothing. It doesn't make me mad enough to like to the point where I'm like gonna make a bad swing or anything like that. It just annoys me. It's just one of those things that just honestly this is probably like the truest pet peeve on here because it's so like such a minute thing that doesn't like ruin my day or anything, but like in the moment I'm just like, okay, asshole, like just pitch the ball.
Rate of play, rate of play, rate of play.
Yes.
Don't be the Sergio Garcia in your friend group in that circle. Don't do it.
Correct. 100%.
Um, I hate this so much, and you know this one. Being at channeled on Slack or
I knew this
Teams.
was coming up. I knew it was.
Like you know, prior a couple of years ago, I only hated two things: oppressive dictators and being at channel on Slack. Now I hate those two things: wine, cheese, and Texas horns down. Even though I did do a horns one earlier, but that's mostly for Austin.
That's all right.
Um, but it's like people are working different times. Not everybody's on here. You are not that important. You don't need to send me an Amber Alert on
Mhm.
an app on my phone. Like I've turned
Agreed.
it off so I don't hear it. I've turned it off like so I don't hear like the message because that gives people PTSD. If there's a red thing, I'll see it. I'm usually pretty good if there's any sort of update. Like I'll be on there, particularly for people who work at home like you and I. It's really tough.
No, 100%. It's especially in my role, I get added a lot, so I have to just deal with it, but it's certainly not what you want.
You can always send me a private message.
Yeah, 100%.
And that's totally fine. But like I don't need to have, at everything. It's just this is you're more important to me in this situation, and I don't like that. I'm taking care of me.
That's right. It's a me situation.
I'm glad you knew that was making the list. That was that
Oh,
I had
100, as soon as I saw this segment, it was the first thing I thought of.
all right. All right. I've got five more. How many more do you got?
Let's see, I've got three more.
Cool, cool. All right.
You want me to go on my next one?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, going back to I've got two that kind of duplicate things or areas that we've already talked about. Going back to the road, if you're a bicyclist, I don't care. Like you do your
Yes.
thing, but if you don't follow the traffic laws, I feel like I should be obligated to hit you with my car. Like quite frankly, like I'll share the road if we're just driving and you're doing everything that you're supposed to do, fine. But if you're just blowing through a red light, I like nothing makes me like lose my mind. Like even if it doesn't even affect me, even if I'm just like watching as a casual observer, I hate you as a person fundamentally.
The worst part is they're doing this sober too, and
Hmm.
then they're gonna go home to not get laid. That's basically how it goes.
Yeah. Have you ever seen there's a Family Guy like cutaway where they're like interviewing a biker And he finishes every statement with and it's a great way to stay in shape.
Yeah.
And like at the last one, he's like, yeah, I have crippling depression and I hate my life and I never want to wake up in the morning and it's a great way to stay in shape.
That parlay is pretty nicely in one of the ones on my list. Well, actually, guy can rot in hell.
Okay, yeah.
This is the guy where every time you're mentioning anything, there's kind of like this snarky one-upsmanship that they do, where it's like, well, actually, I'll never forget this. When me and the Arizona State podcast, our first dinner as boyfriend and girlfriend 3 years ago, we were going from Hankey's house, rest in peace, Hankey,
RIP,
to
man. What a guy.
to someplace in EAV called Gaja. I don't know if you and the NC podcast ever went there. It's like a hole in the wall,
I don't know if I've ever heard of it.
it's like tapas, like Korean food. It's great.
Dude, that sounds awesome.
And we were talking for some reason, we were talking about like Wes Anderson movies, and the guy in the front's like, "Well, actually, it's not good." And it's like, "Well, actually, you're not getting a tip."
Well, actually, Wes Anderson rocks, so he was wrong.
Yeah, it's like, why are you gonna like just dump on like the Royal Tenenbaums or like Steve Zissou or whatever else he's got out there? Like those are the two that I kind of rock with. But like, don't do that. Like, don't well actually like don't yuck somebody's yum, even if their yum is stupid. Just keep your mouth shut and be a human being.
100%. And like, yeah, like I especially hate the well actually guy who does it with opinions. Like if you're like correcting me because I'm wrong, like I'm like factually wrong about something, I'm not going to be upset about that because I would rather like not sound stupid at another, at a future date. But if you're well actually me on opinions, like go F yourself. Like that's where I'm at.
All right, you got two more. I got four more. Let's go.
Yes, sir. One other one going back to the grocery store. People who do like a full like big grocery run at the self-checkout.
Oh yeah.
Brother, I want to drop kick you outside the store. Like there's nothing worse because the people who do that also like don't functionally know how to use the self-checkout. Like if they have produce, my God, they're for sure having someone to come over and help them. And I'm like, you know what you could have done? You could have gone in the effing line where someone would have just typed in the code that they've typed in 100 effing times. Yeah, not a big fan of that one.
I mean, I'm not the best at like checking out my own groceries, so like if I've got enough, like you know what, you can do that for me
Yeah, 100%.
while I can spend $200 on nothing.
Yeah. God, grocery prices out of this world, brother. It's wild.
It's it's out of this world here. And speaking of people who are out of this world, I don't need to hear from people who are from New Jersey how good Bruce Springsteen is. He's not good. Like it's from the same people who think that he's like some sort of god. Maybe his old stuff was good, but every single person tries to tell me how special it is. Like, and none of them can play an instrument. They can't play a triangle. I'm like,
Right.
why is this good? Like, it's like, why is this good? There's nothing that he does musically that's like getting me to want to like watch an 70-year-old man grunt on stage. Like, it's mind blowing. And then it's all, and then they're always like, well, I don't like what his stuff's about. It's like, it's always been about this stuff. You're just an idiot. Uh,
Yeah, Born in the USA, not exactly a patriotic song.
no, it's
No,
not.
I like this one because like I like some Bruce Springsteen songs. Like, don't get me wrong, like I'm on Fire, I think is a really good song. Like I think that's a really fun song that I enjoy thoroughly. I think he's a pretty decent lyricist, truly, but like
Yeah.
I also don't think he's the greatest musician who's ever lived. I also don't need you to like talk to me about Bruce Springsteen incessantly.
I mean, Kurt Cobain's not really a great guitar player. Just understand this. And I feel like when you're talking to people who just defend the boss at all angles, it's like
The boss at all costs would have been a hell of a line. You were headed there and you realize you're about to rhyme.
we're the same age. There's a guy who's 3 years younger than me and two younger than you, and he played at South Carolina and the Houston Texans. Everybody was just losing their shit over Jadeveon Clowney because of
Hmm.
that one play. And everyone's like, "Well, what's he do?" Well, he's just Clowney. He's just so Clowney. He's out there doing this. Does he make his team better? But he's Clowney. Like he didn't do anything. He's still in the league, just being Clowney. He's the Bruce Springsteen of the NFL. I just go
Yeah,
ahead, please.
I like that. That's good. That's a good call. That's a good one.
All right, you got your last one.
Yes, sir. This is definitely a big one for me. There's really no reason behind it. Well, I have a reason, but like in the grand scheme of things, when someone I don't know like that calls me bud, it's like a trigger. I don't handle that real well. Bud or buddy, no, it feels very derogatory. It feels like you're talking down to me, and I want to slap you in the face. Like, that's just what it comes down to. And if you called me Bud, I wouldn't have a problem with it. If Natalie called me Bud, I wouldn't have a problem with it. But like it's like someone who I just don't know like that using it, then I'm like, I'd rather you not. I'd rather you not do that.
I'm just gonna bite my tongue here, but yeah, I absolutely agree with you on that. All right, my last three. One's about yard work, one's about cars, and one's about hygiene. Which would you like me to touch on first?
Oh, hygiene for sure.
You got to clean your ears and floss your teeth.
Hmm.
Like if you are like entering like middle school, you should know how to use a Q-tip. And if you don't want to do that, like wipe it out because like everyone's looking at like we don't need to see like applesauce coming out of your ear.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I can't hear for shit anyway. So I have to clean my ears or I truly can't hear you.
No, like I'm sure I've got like some sort of thing in the back. Like I got the algorithm of people like doing it with like mining country. It's I gotta get this. I gotta get this ear checked. It's
Yeah,
in there.
it's bad. I went to me and the NC State podcast went to a concert last night. Real throwback, Simple Plan and Bowling for
Yeah,
Soup. And she was like, it's kind of loud in here, and she has like the what are those like fancy like earplugs that like you can still hear like the music from, but they're not like damaging. I can't think. There's
right.
a brand for it, but I can't think of it. Um,
Um, it's
Whatever,
called I.
not
It's
important.
called it's called I do anything to go to the show.
That's right. Yeah, 100%. But I'm like, it's not that loud. And I realize that's probably just me having a hearing problem, but that's okay.
And then flossing teeth and like doing mouthwash and brushing your teeth and tongue scraping. That's all like different things, but it's like,
Mhm,
look, not everybody can go to the dentist. Not everybody has like the best teeth. Take care of what you got. This is a way that like, there's nothing worse than you see somebody who's like a mouth breather and
mhm,
they eat like a mayonnaise and cheese sandwich and it gets wedged in their teeth.
mhm.
I call that cheese.
100%.
I call that cheese teeth. I can't. It makes me cringe. And it's like, I got the white bread in there, man. Ugh.
You got the white bread.
All right. All right. The car one.
Yeah,
Contractors who think they can park their car anywhere.
that's a good one. That's a really good one.
You can tell them what space to go to. They don't care.
Hmm.
They're like, I'm only going to be a minute. I'm like, this isn't your assigned space. Like, the girl who lives across from us is a nurse who works at Emory, like, works late. Like, don't park in her space because she might have been working a 24-hour shift. Like, be respectful.
100%, dude. I honestly, I'll expand it. Like in front of our house, we had like a group of people who were not coming to our house, were not coming to any house really near us. They were going to a trail behind our house, parked in front of our house. And like, I'm not going to call the cops on you. I'm not going to be a dick like that. I'm not, I'm not going to care in the situation. But like, I'm like, also, it's a little sketchy for you to just be chilling outside my house and like talking and stuff like that and riling up my dogs, more importantly, because that's what pissed me off.
Yeah. They're also the contractors. They're just fathering kids out of wedlock. Then they're just doing whatever. They don't care. They're gonna go anywhere. I'll only just be a second. You can tell them specifically where to go, but
Mhm.
like they didn't learn that in trade school. They just park wherever they want.
And also, when is it like you'd think a contractor at this point in their career would realize it never takes just a second. It's never just a second.
Or like they've had their car towed. It doesn't matter.
No,
And then
100%.
and then my last one, leaf blowers are worthless. I've touched on this in the show. This is how people launder money. The people who are doing it, they don't it's a cash transaction. Like they don't care. It's what does it accomplish? All you're doing is making my allergies worse.
So, just to be clear, for the starters, you're referring to the people whose job it is to leaf blow, not the leaf blower itself, correct?
The people whose job it is, the whole rake the leaves, bag it, do something more productive. But like just in general, the whole concept just drives me nuts.
So we have a leaf blower, and it's actually quite necessary. We have multiple different types of terrain in our yard, which makes raking very difficult, specifically the gravel. Like when you're raking the gravel, you're kind of just messing up the gravel. So leaf blower, you blow it in there and then you rake it.
Yeah, like the whole point is like when you're blowing it, the refuse is going somewhere else.
Yeah. And like to your point, not many people recognize that. They're just blowing it into the air. Especially in Atlanta. It's a going around the streets of Atlanta will open your eyes to leaf blowing for sure.
Um, And I'm sure one of the leaf blowers has said this phrase to me or somebody. Por favor. Por favor. Our spin on 4 for 4. What's up with this one?
Yeah, so you and I, we both like an adult beverage here and there, and there's always a lot of conversation on the internet about like different types of beers. When you're talking about like an airport beer, or like a post-workout beer, or a post-long day beer, or your first Friday beer. Um, but I think some of those beers get a overinflated reputation, and so I wanted to talk about three beers that are overrated.
You go first. This is your topic. Which one do you got?
Yeah, number one for me, and it's one people seem to like a lot. I am not a fan of the shower beer. I just don't
No.
really get it. I can't like really effectively drink a beer while I'm in the shower. Like it's like kind of a one or the other proposition. So like really I'm just taking more time in the shower. And if I'm taking a hot shower, I'm just making my beer slightly warm. Like I think a shower beer is, I don't know who was doing the PR for shower beer, but it's vastly overrated.
I don't have that on here because I had a feeling you might. And
Yeah.
I got stuff to do in there. I got long hair. I got to put shampoo and conditioner in there. There's like razors. There's like stuff for your beard. Like you got to do shampoo and soap. You got to get clean. Like there's a you got like a Coors Light over there. That thing's getting warm, and
Mhm.
it has like water in there too. Is that really
Yeah.
you want to drink bath water? No.
No, no, that's used as a derogatory thing actually when you talk about drinking bathwater.
This one might be controversial, but I do think this next one's overrated. I'm not a big fan of the post-yard work beer.
I'm not either. I'm right there with you.
I'm like I've been out in the yard, I've been doing stuff. I got grass on me, like I have chemicals on my hands, sunscreen sweating in my eyes. Like maybe I'll have a water or Gatorade, maybe even a soft drink or something like that. But like a beer, I'm like, I gotta go get clean, and maybe I'll have that later. Maybe I'll make myself a cocktail. Like, honestly, I probably sweated out a bunch, and I need water. Like
Right.
I don't need to be like sloshed in the shower and hurting myself doing that. Like I don't need that in my life.
No, I mean, my biggest thing is like, I feel like if I have like a post yard work beer, it makes me feel like shit. Like,
Yeah.
truly, like it just does.
What number two for you?
Number two, I don't even know if this is like a popular one, but like I still think it's a little overrated. Movie theater beers. A lot of movie
Yeah.
theaters are moving towards selling beer. And like, to be clear, there are times where I will drink one and I will enjoy it. But like also I tend to like kind of my two buckets for beers are like I'm at home and I just kind of need a drink. And then I'm being social and having a beer with either, the NC State podcast or friends or whatever. And like movie theater is kind of like the weird middle ground between those two because you can't really talk and socialize, but you're also definitely not alone. You're with like 100 other people. So like it's just a very like weird concept. And like again, I like beer. So like if I want a beer, like I'm not gonna like turn away a movie theater beer, but like the experience isn't anywhere near what it is with like other social aspects.
I don't have this one either, but that's a really good one. Like I had like a couple of beers and I was watching like Wicked Part Two,
Yeah.
and I'm seeing like Ariana Grande's like ex-boyfriend just like becoming the Tin Man in real time, and I'm like, I'm not ready for this.
Right.
I'm like the ABV on these is like 9. There's popcorn over there. I'm gonna probably make a terrible decision later.
That's right.
But yeah, that's not a particularly good one. I'm gonna steal this next one from the Arizona State podcast, and she calls it the waiting beer,
Okay.
where it could be grouped in with like the airport beer, or like you are like you're waiting for it to be sat at a table and you get a beer at, well, that's maybe a little bit different, but like
Yeah.
you go in there to get a drink and you're waiting to do something. Like you're waiting for your ride to come, you're waiting to be sat, you're waiting for whatever it is. The timing's never right. They get you the
Mhm.
beer, you got to pay for it, and usually say, "Give me a card right away," because it's going to be just like one quick transaction. But then, like the chances that you finish the beer before it's time to go are less than like I got to chug this and run.
Right. And like it's particularly like at a restaurant when like you're ordering when there's a wait or something like that. I also always feel bad when I go to the table and I'm sitting down with like a half a beer because like that's taking away from my server's tip. You know what I mean? Going back to that other point, like, I that always makes me feel bad about it, which I don't want to feel bad while I'm drinking my beer.
No, sir. Which other beer do you not care for?
Yeah, so this one's gonna be controversial, and it's definitely a me thing. The dinner beer. I don't like having a beer. I don't like drinking beer with my food. I like drinking beer before. I like drinking beer after. But like while I'm eating, I don't want that. And like there's so many like if you go on the internet, there's so many websites, Instagram posts, whatever about like pairings for like IPAs or a stout, like what food pair. I could not care less. I'm gonna drink my beer after the fact and not have to worry about that.
Two questions. Like, I don't drink wine. Does this apply to wine for you? Do you do wine with dinner though?
No, no. I like
No.
I will get a drink with dinner, but I'm gonna drink it before. I'm gonna drink water with my meal, and then I'm gonna finish it after the fact. Like I just don't I don't like an alcoholic beverage when I'm eating my food.
That makes sense. Like I kind of come and go with that. I usually want water, maybe a soft drink
Yeah.
in there too. Like when I was little, milk was what we would do, but I was never like beer. Like I never did like ju orange juice with dinner. That's weird.
Yeah, like one of my biggest ones that like people look at me like I'm crazy, but like pizza and beer, like I just don't like that doesn't like I would rather just eat a pizza and then have a beer. Like that's what I would rather do.
I don't know if I ever shared this. Now that I'm at my mom's house, one of our really good games for you, my mom had was whole pizza Cody because I remember you ate a whole pizza. He's like, I took a nap. So whole pizza Cody, you right guys right tonight?
I'd still be eating a whole pizza, man. I can't help myself.
Me too. With Jack Crosby with a different last name.
That's right.
God, those are the days, dude.
That's a throwback for sure.
Yeah. And my last one, this is one that I think is very interesting. So you get a flight of beers,
Okay.
and you really like that one, and then you get a pint of it. It's not the same.
It's
And then
not.
you, and then afterwards, you usually like it's too much.
Because I mean, you've already had a full beer essentially with the flight. Like you're already basically out of. Yeah, that's a really good call. I didn't even think of that. That's a really good call.
Like I'd rather get another flight of different stuff because
hmm
it's different, but it's like then you're too concentrated on this one type of beer. And it doesn't matter if it's like, like a 4% ABV lager or if it's some like high grav milk stout with like 17% alcohol.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't matter what beer it is. You're kind of like, I feel like money could have been spent on something else. But also like you get a different beer that's not on the flight. That's different.
No, 100%. And I will say, what a take I have been workshopping, which doesn't really fit in here, but I do think applies. I think food flights are better than beverage flights. Like whenever someone's like, we have like I went where what was it? Oh, there's a place in Asheville called Biscuit Head, and you can do a
Yeah,
biscuit and gravy.
I've been there.
Yeah, you can do a biscuit and gravy flight, and like that's way better than a beer flight.
We tried to go there, but the line was too long. I
Yeah,
refused to call it by the name. It was called Biscuit Jesus.
hell yes.
This is the day after a bachelor party. A friend of mine was just like too. He was just laying out on the bench. He couldn't do it.
As
It's like
one does.
so. He went to Tupelo, honey.
Dude, Tupelo honey's always good.
Yeah, I mean you probably know which one I went to, so that's great.
100%, absolutely. I could get you there in a jiff.
That is fantastic. And I don't necessarily know if we're going to get there at a GIF. We got two more segments here. My last one here is guys remembering teams.
Yeah.
So we remember dudes,
hmm
and the exercise of this is like a team that we're not a fan of that we found interesting or fondly. Like there's no college football ones. We're not doing
Yeah,
that.
correct.
I can't do any Atlanta teams. Cody can't do Red Sox, Cowboys, Hornets,
North
Hurricanes,
Carolina.
North Carolina, however far out you want to go with that.
Yeah.
So I did pick because that was me. I put a bunch for I think I put two for each. Which one would you like me to go? College basketball, baseball, NFL, NBA, or NHL?
Let's hear college basketball. I'm curious.
This one stands out to me a lot. That would be the 2003 Kansas Jayhawks.
Ooh, okay, that's a good one.
That team was Roy's last one in Lawrence. They went to the national championship and lost to the delightful Jim Boeheim and Carmelo Anthony when he cared.
Yeah.
Their two star players were Kirk Heinrich and Nick Collison. I believe Drew Gooden was like the left for the NBA the year prior, but like that era of Kansas basketball. And honestly, the first like several years under Bill Self was just phenomenal. It's got kind of weird in the last 5 years, but like I had a guy I played travel baseball with who grew up in Kansas. His parents went to KU,
Yeah.
so we're all about they were watching this during spring break and they lost, and we were really sad.
I mean, yeah, it is, but I mean, you're right though. That era of Kansas basketball was a lot of fun, and like I would say up until like 2010, Bill Self was still pretty fun too. Like when you had like the Mario Chalmers teams, like those teams were fun
Yeah,
too.
like the '08 team that won the title, they beat Derrick Rose
Yeah,
Memphis. Like that team was fun.
yeah, that team was super fun. That's a really good shout there.
All right, where are you gonna go with yours? First
I'm gonna
one.
I'm gonna start with NHL because as you know, and I don't know if the starters know, not a hockey guy, not at all. But my roommate in college, shout out Rich. He's from Philly. He's a big Flyer. He's all Philly sports, but Flyers are his biggest team, and he's a big hockey guy. And the Stanley Cup playoffs were about to start in 2011, 2012, and or that season, and he was like, "You're gonna watch the playoffs with me?" I was like, "Well, yeah, but I got to pick a team." And so I picked the number 8 seed in the Western Conference, and that happened to be the Los Angeles Kings.
Oh
And
yeah, with Jonathan Quick and the yeah.
Jonathan Quick, Anze Kopitar, Drew Doughty was like a young buck on the defense there, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna pick that team." And then they went on the run and won the Stanley Cup, and I got to like hold it over my roommate Rich's head the entire time because I was like, "I'm just a hockey savant. It's fine."
That's absolutely phenomenal. Since you did NHL, which one should I do? Baseball, NFL, or NBA next?
Let's go baseball. I've got 4 teams and I've got 2 baseball in here. So let's go baseball.
Baseball was the hardest ones for me to pick here. The one that I ended up going with was the 2005 Chicago White Sox.
Ooh, okay.
So I am not a Cubs fan at all. Being a diehard Braves fan, I basically hate every team in the National League.
Yeah.
Everybody in the East, the Cubs and the Cardinals especially, and honestly the San Francisco Giants, and now the Dodgers. So like unless you're the Pirates or like the Diamondbacks, like I don't care for you in the National League.
Right.
And then like I don't know, like there have been like Red Sox teams that I like. There's been Blue Jays teams. There's been like a team in every like AL seem like, okay, this is fun.
Hmm.
But the 2005 White Sox, Paul Konerko, Ozzie Guillen's the manager. The closest thing I would be to Major League Baseball, Mark Buehrle was the star pitcher.
Yeah.
He should be in the Hall of Fame. I don't care what anybody says. He had a complete game. He was the star player for them. I think the only downside is I think Frank Thomas was with the A's at that point.
Yeah.
But
That was definitely end of career Frank Thomas that we're talking about in
mhm,
'05.
yeah, like Vizquel before he became a total piece of shit, he was on that team
Hmm.
too. Uh, there were other players as well, but that team just was. They also beat the Astros before I really hated the Astros.
Yeah.
Like beat my least favorite player of all time, Carlos Beltran. That was great.
Hell
I
yeah.
I used to leave voicemails about how much I hate Carlos Beltran.
Oh, that's incredible.
Oh, and he got inducted with Andrew Jones. That's so great.
Oh yeah. Good old, shout out Andrew Jones, man. Glad he's getting into the hall.
And then Jeff Kent got in there, which I thought he long kind of deserved to be in there, but he makes a lot of people unhappy. But that's great.
You know what? Being well liked can take you a long way if you're good at a sport.
Will Clark will never get into the Baseball Hall of Fame for that reason because that guy was Jim Harbaugh in cleats.
Correct. Yeah, still is.
He's all right. Which one's next for you?
I'm gonna go with one of my MLBs, and I this is a little Sour Patch Kid MLB sandwich I've got for you. So I'm gonna start with the one that's the sour. The '95 Cleveland, formerly you know what they were called, but now Guardians.
I
Obviously the
almost
Braves beat them in the World Series,
that team
and
was low. That team was stacked.
it was so much. So my mom is not really like doesn't have like teams necessarily or anything like that. That's kind of why my sports fandom is the way it is I was just like left to choose in a lot of areas. But one guy she always liked was Oral Hershiser, who was on that '95 Cleveland team. And so she would always tell me like, "Oh, this is like my favorite pitcher." And so I would watch Oral Hershiser, and that got me introduced to Albert Bell, who was a psychopath but was also really freaking awesome at baseball. Manny Ramirez as a young buck also had Omar Vizquel on that team. And like that team was nasty. They won 100 games in the regular season. They were just awesome. And like, as a Red Sox fan, looking back on it too, also seeing like the beginning of Manny's career and like enjoying that, like that's something I look back on really fondly.
They did not have the best pitching staff, but then again,
No,
it was Oral Hershiser, a really old Dennis El Presidente Martinez, and Charles Nagy in his prime, who he
yeah,
actually was really, really good that
Nagy
year.
was awesome. Yeah,
So Sandy Alomar Jr., I believe Roberto Alomar was on that team too,
you're probably
potentially.
right. Yeah.
Jim Tomei,
Oh yeah, I
uh,
forgot about Tommy. Sorry.
Travis Fryman,
Yeah.
And a guy that got absolutely shafted by the Hall of Fame voters, Kenny Lofton. What are we doing?
Oh, dude, Kenny Lofton was a beast. Yeah, I mean
Kenny,
that team
Lo-
was so fun.
like Kenny Lofton and Carlos Delgado, they're just like got removed from the ballot way too early. Like, what are we doing?
The crazy part is, like, honestly, Kenny Lofton's like a really good like indication of that team. There were some of the best players in the 90s on that team, none of whom are in the Hall of Fame. Manny, obviously, because of the steroids, Albert Bell, because he's an asshole.
Yeah, the only guys who are on there is Robbie Alomar and I think Jim Tomei. That's
Yeah,
it.
yeah. But I mean, like, in terms of like impact and greatness, like all those guys are like Hall of Fame caliber in terms of what they accomplished.
I don't even think Mike Hargrove's in it. He probably should be too.
Yeah.
Like as a
So
skipper.
it's but yeah, the 95 Cleveland, man, that's baseball, man.
Carlos Baerga flying out to Marquise Grissom off of Mark Wohlers. That's in my head. You probably remember how all four of those championships ended like the final play.
Maybe. We'll see.
Yeah, that's fine. All right, I'm gonna go with an NFL team for my next one. I can throw a couple of others out here. Um, this team, I kind of want to share both, but like I don't know.
Do it.
Uh,
Dude, we're making this up as we go, brother. It's fine.
the two teams that just stayed out to me are the '96 Patriots and the 2017 Jaguars.
Oh, 17 Jaguars is so good.
I'll talk Patriots very briefly. I grew up a massive Drew Bledsoe fan. I had like a
Hmm.
video game. Curtis Martin was the running back, and this was Bill Parcells, his like last team. That he was there before. He's like, I'm gonna leave and go be the Jets coach and bring Curtis Martin with me. That was the
Hmm.
first Super Bowl I actually have memories of. Tom Tupa. And the
Hmm.
Patriots weren't very good before then, but like they had Terry Glenn, a wide receiver. He was insane.
Oh yeah.
Ben Coates, a tight end. I think Teddy Brisky was probably on that team too, but like
Hmm.
Ty Law, Laurie Malloy was probably very young at that point as well. But like that Vinatieri brand new, like that era
Yeah.
was good.
That's like Vinatieri's like rookie season, wasn't
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, he was kicking for like the Amsterdam Admirals before that.
it?
But no, dude, the 17 Jags,
Dude, the 17 Jags are a fever dream. It's so good.
because it's the AFC equivalent of the original 98 Dirty Birds, dude.
Right. Yeah.
And we may remember the 21 Bengals this way too.
You're not wrong. 100%. I think Burrow's always going to be better than Blake Bortles, but like still.
Jalen Ramsey before he lost his mind. Talbot Smith before he lost his mind. Paul Pislesny with the neck of like an ox.
Yeah.
Um, Blake Bortles, the quarterback, playing his best. I think Doug Marone's the coach or something. And
Wasn't
then
that Allen Robinson too?
Allen Robinson was there as well. And then the mayor, Calais Campbell.
Yes,
Unbelievable.
sir. Somehow still playing. I don't understand how it's possible.
Miles Jack was on that team.
Hmm.
There's controversial play that maybe they could have gone to the Super Bowl.
Hmm. I
And then
mean, dude, that team got so red hot. Like,
yeah,
which I mean was like it was the perfect example of who Blake Bortles was. Like, was he going to be like a reliable quarterback? Absolutely not. But if he got hot, you were in trouble.
I'll never forget like him playing the Bills in the first round. It's like the first game, like CBS at 1 o'clock on a Sunday. He does like the perfect play action goal line and just
Yeah.
finds like, and I'm like, this is the best play of his career. He was so good in that moment.
Like true, like people like use Blake Bortles as a punchline. Dude was immensely talented. He just could never put it together.
He just had some major mechanical issues. He was
Yeah.
so good at UCF too.
Oh my God, yeah, 100%. One of our friends up here went to UCF at the same time as Bortles.
Uh, Work construction, ripping cigarettes. All right.
That's right.
And what other one do you want to do?
So this is one I actually mentioned when you pitched the segment to me. 2010, 2011 Chicago Bulls. Derrick Rose's MVP season, man. And Derrick Rose not a good human being at all, but as a basketball player, one of the most fun experiences you're ever gonna have watching. Like it was pre-injury, he was truly one of the most like gifted players I've ever seen. And like I don't want to what I say is probably going to be taken out of context in some way, but like I don't mean it like that. But like in some ways, like the way he played reminds me of Michael Jordan in the way, and like I'm not saying he was as good as Michael Jordan, don't get me wrong, but I'm saying in that like there wasn't necessarily like one specific trait that made Derrick Rose great, just like there wasn't one specific trait that made Michael Jordan great. But they did everything at such a high level except for maybe shooting from outside. But like they did everything at such a high level and with such like ridiculous athleticism that it just made things so much more fun. And like maybe it's not even like the Bulls as much as I just remember that Rose season, but like he was truly unstoppable.
I think Taj Gibson was on that
Yeah,
team.
yeah, 100% USC legend.
Tibbs was probably the coach at that point.
Oh,
It,
that was for sure Tibbs.
or was it Vinny Del Degro? I don't really remember, but it's around that time. It could be completely wrong. But yeah,
We're going full roster. I'll figure it out.
we're going full roster here. This is
I
what we
see. So
do.
that was Tom Thibodeau. He
Yeah,
was there. And let's see. Luol Deng, who, Duke guy, but that was also young Joakim Noah as well,
yeah.
25 years old. Like just and like the fact that that team won 62 games like shows you how good Rose was because like Luol Deng was a good role player for a really long time. Joakim Noah was like a Ben Wallace light type of figure. And like Carlos Boozer was on this team too. I forgot about that
Yes.
too. But
He was a spray paint in his head at that point too.
that was the spray paint era.
Oh, God. I'm going to give us an NBA and I'm going to give us an NHL to get us to the final segment of the show.
Okay, I've got one more MLB to get to too as well.
All right. My NBA one, the 2015 Memphis Grizzlies, grit and grind.
Hell yes.
They were Eastern Conference finalists, I think the same year that the Hawks were really good.
Hmm.
You have Zach Randolph, Zebo. You got Tony Allen, the grinder.
Dude, Tony Allen, God, yes.
There was Mike Conley Jr. and then or then Marcus Saul.
Hmm.
I remember writing an article for .com and there was something like they were selling pepper grinders, Tony Allen pepper grinders. And I'm like, they are selling Tony Allen pepper grinders in Memphis. And it just like, and I was like, this is great. I'm like, I don't necessarily know if this is appealing basketball, but it just kind of, it kind of felt like one of those plucky North Carolina teams you've probably rooted for. Like, there's not a whole hell of a lot of talent, but they're winning a lot of games they probably shouldn't have. That's okay.
God, they got heart, you know?
All right. And then you got a baseball one, right?
Yeah, and like I said, it's a Sour Patch Kid baseball sampling for me because the other one that I remember fondly is the 2000 Braves.
Yeah.
Um, a good team. I finished first in the division. But I loved Rafael Furcal, and that was his rookie season. Watching Rafael Furcal in his rookie season, I swore he was going to be the greatest shortstop that's ever played baseball. Like it was absolutely phenomenal. He still had figures. I believe that was the first year after Smoltz left, or was that 99?
No, Smoltz was still there. He might have had Tommy John at that
Oh, that's
point.
what it was. Okay, yeah, yeah,
And then he
yeah.
went to the bullpen and then he came back.
You're right. You're 100% right. That's what it was. But I mean, you still had Maddox and Glavine. You still had Chipper. Like you had all the big figures. But like, I remember that one distinctly because I remember being like, who is this 22-year-old shortstop that just like has an absolute hose for an arm and is somehow hitting like almost 300 on the season? I don't understand it, but I love everything about it.
Stealing bases on the reg.
Yeah.
Like last year, the show, like he was in my NIE 9, like one of my favorite Braves.
Yeah.
Th
100%.
this was also a different time. Like the Ted was brand new. Ted
Hmm.
Turner was thinking about selling the team. Once he did that, he ended up losing a Glav to the Vets, and then Maddox to like, God, where'd he go? I guess he went to like the Cubs or Dodgers or something.
Yeah.
And then then they went the whole like, oh, we're not winning a series, and then they went to like the World Series and won. And we're apparently second place now. We don't have anybody on our team. Apparently, Bryce Elder's like a pitcher.
He's doing stuff. And, I appreciate that.
And I got to go with, I was toying back and forth between these two teams, the turn of the century with NHL. And I'm
Okay.
going to go with the team I liked as opposed to the team I hated.
Okay.
I hated the 99 Sabres.
Okay.
I loved me the 01 Avs.
Oh, and Av's
2000.
good. Yeah.
So my three favorite hockey players of all time are Joe Sakic, Mike Modano, and Ilya Kovalchuk.
Oh, yeah.
Um, the 01 Avs, Sakic in his prime, Peter Forsberg, Milan Hajduk. They got Ray Bork over to come over from the Bruins, and he won a cup.
Hmm.
Dave Andreychuk might have been on that team. I don't know. Maybe he won one with the Lightning a couple years later. But this is like peak NHL. Like this team is legit. I used to have a video game, NHL 2002. There's a cheat. If you got a guy who's like a left-handed shooter and you hit the guy's like, um, if it's a left-handed shooter on a left-handed catching goalie, if
Yeah.
you hit him on the right side of their pad, it bounces off perfectly and you get a goal every time.
Sick.
Like you catch your rebound. And you got to go in this way. So like Sakic and this team had like for me had like 85 goals in this season.
Hell yes.
Love me the 0-1 Avs, dude.
Oh my God. Yeah,
Oh
dude, the
yeah.
0-1 House is a good one.
Oh, Patrick Waugh in goal
Oh yeah,
too.
of course. Yeah.
I love
Not
that.
Patrick Roy, but Patrick Waugh.
Patrick Waugh. That was my blowing thing for me. And then let's go to not the slot. Let's go to the sand a lot.
That's right. We talk a lot about athletes' achievements on this here show. We don't talk a lot about our own athletic achievements, and they're probably modest, but it's always fun to relive the glory days a little bit, and in my case, at least, poke some fun at ourselves because things happen, and so that's where I wanted to start today. I'm going to start with my favorite story. I'm sure I told it on the podcast, or I've told it to you before, but in high school, I was playing JV basketball, and we went to a team camp at Clemson. And I went I so as I'm wont to do, I don't play a lot of defense. I was more of an offensive minded person in everything I do. And so I was just a shooter. I wasn't out there to defend the wing or anything like that. I wasn't 3-and-D, I was just three. And we're playing this team camp, and I start out and we go to this game, and it's a team who's clearly better than us, but I start off hot. I hit my first three threes of the game, and so I'm feeling myself. I bring the ball up the court the next time, and I just pull up because I see some space, and wasn't a bad shot. Like I just missed it off of like the side of the rim. The other team got the rebound. Next dead ball, I get pulled, and my coach pulls me over to the side and he goes, "Cody, do you know where you shot from?" And I said, "No, sir." And he points to the red line because I had pulled up from about 32 feet, and, and I was like, "Understood, got you, coach." And so that was that. But yeah, I didn't play a whole lot for the rest of that game because of that.
So the four sports that I played the most were baseball, basketball, briefly lacrosse, and swimming. So I've kind of got one for each if you want to hear it.
Nice, absolutely, yeah. Hit me with them.
So baseball, I played travel baseball like after rec league summers after fifth, sixth, seventh, and eighth grade. I played predominantly first base and outfield, and I kind of wanted to pitch at this point. The coach wasn't really having it. I didn't throw particularly hard. I'd bat like fifth or sixth, and I'd play like gold glove defense at first. Like that
There
was
we go.
probably my best thing. Like I'd get everything. Um, we're on this team, and we're thinking like, okay, maybe we can like win like state and like rec league or whatever it is. When my friends was playing third base, between the entire season, neither he or I made an error at third or first. And we played like something like 30 games over the
Hell
course of a
yeah.
summer. We logged a lot of innings. They like he would just play strictly third, and I wouldn't just play strictly first. But like more often than not, if we wanted to win, that's where we were being positioned.
Right.
Problem was the coach's kid was a nightmare, and he pitched and he threw like Chris Sale and he threw temper tantrums like Albert Bell.
That's not a good combo.
Uh,
Honestly, you could say temper tantrums like Chris Sale. I don't know if you've ever seen what he did to that minor league TV, but it wasn't pretty.
I think he's in a happier place now, but that's
Oh yeah,
okay.
100%. 100%.
Uh, there was a game like we're up like 6-0. Like we're gonna go to like state. All we gotta do is close this out. And this guy like walks the bases loaded, and I'm sitting at first base. It's hot, I'm sweating, and there's nothing I can do. This is like a 400 team, man. It was I played such great defense for a team that couldn't do it. It was sad.
That's tough, man. That's really tough.
All right. You got any other ones, or was that your best one?
Oh no,
That was your best.
I've got a few. One that will probably explain a lot about who I am on this show. I've had three concussions in my life, and one is the most, I say memorable. I don't remember much of it, but I remember what happened. Also playing basketball. I was the first play was just a freak accident. There was a loose ball, like kind of like right outside of the paint, and I dove to like try to save it from going out of bounds, but someone else was running for the ball, and he like kneed me in the temple, and it dazed me, and I was probably concussed at that point. But this was the mid 2000s. We weren't really like very careful about that sort of thing at that time, and so I was like, "Coach, I'm good." I was like, "I'll keep playing." Literally the exact next play, so a ball's going out of bounds and a kid goes to save it and I'm running after the ball as well. He throws it, it hits me right between the eyes and I go out cold.
Ugh.
And I wake up like 5 minutes later and they've like carried me over to the other side of the gym to a chair and they're like, "Yeah, Cody, you're not driving home." And I'm like, "Yeah, no shit." And so they get our manager to drive us home. And mind you, this is like 2007, 2008. So like we're not really in like the full-blown smartphone era. And so this manager who I don't know that well is driving me home and she's like, "Okay, where do I turn next?" And I completely forgot how to get home. That's how concussed I was. So
So,
not great.
so like, but it's like a home game for you, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that was brutal here, man.
Again, it explains a lot about who I am. So,
All right, my next one's basketball.
oh hell yeah.
So I played basketball from third grade through ninth grade. I made two like all-star teams, fifth grade and like seventh grade. Like they picked two kids off your team and do this. I played like higher up in ninth grade. I hated my coach. He had a vanity license plate, and that was all he needed to really know.
Yeah.
Um, and the kid who had the most Georgia Southern vibes I've ever seen in my life. Like just a dummy. Anyway, this is in seventh grade. So I went through the biggest growth spurt of my life right around basketball season, seventh grade. I went from 5'2" to 5'8" over the course of 3 months.
Hot damn.
Like I don't have stretch marks in my back anymore, but I had them for a very, very, very long time
That's
because of
wild.
this. So I went from like I don't know, like 5'2", like 125 to like 5'8", 145.
Hell
So I
yeah.
and I've always played like suburban power forward or center. I thought I was a three, couldn't really shoot very well.
Yeah.
But this game, I had like something like 17 points and 15 rebounds just because I was like half a foot taller than everybody else. Wasn't a particularly great free throw shooter, but I made like 75% of my free throws.
Oh yeah.
We won. I felt that got me the All-Star game that year. I was like, how am I doing this? This is not what I do. I was mostly like 6 points, six rebounds, a couple of assists. That was a couple of fouls, some blocks. That was basically what I would do. I was very much a role player when I was good.
You know, pre like early puberty Bueller was a demon on the basketball court.
A little bit. I couldn't never really learned to dribble, so that was part of my problem.
There, this isn't me, but there was a guy who played at West Henderson High when I was probably like late elementary school, about fifth grade or something like that. He looked at the ball the entire time he dribbled, and I'm like, "Brother, you're playing varsity basketball. We got to look up."
Was he related to Bob Cousy?
He must have watched a lot of Bob Cousy tape, I'll tell you
All right.
that.
I
Um,
got I got two more. You've got two more. Let's get it going.
yeah, I only have one more. It's another injury story in lacrosse. My most memorable moments were just me like getting injured in stupid, weird ways. So again, as I'm offensive minded, I played attack in lacrosse, and I was actually halfway decent. We didn't play like the highest level of competition. I'm not going to pretend that we did, but like I scored like 37 goals in one season. So like I knew how to find the back of the net. Um, However, I was also really big into like pump faking and like getting the right shot off as a good attackman does. And with a basketball background, when you're like hesitating or like doing a pump fake or something like that, you got to give them a little head nod. You got to get the head in there. I would do that in lacrosse. The problem with doing that in lacrosse is you've got someone with a stick trying to check you. And so I go to like pump fake a shot, which I'm going to cross over underneath. That's my plan. And what ends up happening is he goes to check my stick and just hits me right in the throat. And I just go down and I'm like,
Uh,
and my coach is like, "What happened?" And I'm like, no.
yeah, I played high school lacrosse for one season. I played seventh grade and eighth grade, and then I played JV ninth grade, and then two-thirds of our team quit because our coach was the biggest asshole of all time.
Fair.
Didn't didn't do line shifts.
God.
So all the parents of the kids who played were complaining because they were getting hurt.
Yeah, I bet. Especially God, the poor middies. Like that's awful.
So my last two were injuries. One's about another guy in lacrosse, and then swimming is about me.
Hell yeah, let's go.
So I played one year. I think the best I ever did in the lacrosse game was in eighth grade. I think I scored like 2 goals and 2 assists. It was basically
Oh
just
yeah.
John LeClaire, Philadelphia Flyers garbage time goals.
Love that.
That like everything with me, like good vision, I could pass the ball, whatever, could have put the ball wherever I want to. When it came to a lot of power behind it, not really my thing.
Yeah.
Uh, I had developed home run power a little bit later on as in baseball, but like gap power, that was kind of my more played very Doug Minkiewicz at first base there
Hell yeah.
for
We love that.
yeah, man. So we're playing Sprayberry.
Okay.
So this is a high school. It's like the other side of the neighborhood from where I grew up. It's more of the blue collar, like
Mm.
high school, East Cobb, and they weren't very good. So I got to play a little bit.
Yeah.
We're at their place. I get in there. Lo and behold, their goalkeeper is the guy that I went to elementary school with, who I played team handball with. His name is Steven.
I feel like this isn't going to end well for Steven.
And he played like goalie in soccer, so he's over there. I get the ball. Again, I'm not very coordinated. I'm still like learning how to do this all. I
Yeah.
got better at it. My thing was like conditioning and running. That was kind of basically what I could do.
Yeah.
I was also really good at face-offs. That was the other thing
Oh,
that I
nice.
that was my expertise because like they couldn't move me.
Hmm.
So I get the ball. I'm towards the top. I'm like, I don't know, probably like 10, 15 feet away from the goal, and I shoot it. I hit him in the nuts. Ball comes back to me. I hit him in the nuts again.
Oh no.
And then the third time, I just throw it over the back end line. And that was the end of the shift. And I'm just like,
My bad,
I think
Steve. My bad,
we
Steven.
we won like 17-4, but I didn't know.
It probably felt like a lot worse for old Steven.
I didn't play very much after that. That's okay. And then swimming. Swimming's the one that I did in high school predominantly.
Mm.
I basically swam like sophomore, junior, and senior year. I did had neighborhood swim team that I did every year, but like one or two because of baseball or being in trouble, whatever that is. But like
Yeah.
my specialty stroke is it was breaststroke. I was
Okay.
really good. Like I always had like the legs and the form. I could always do that. Freestyle, I could figure it out. Backstroke, I don't float. Butterfly, my arms don't do that. So I was a specialty swimmer. I would be the floating turd lane in practice. There's like just focus on this. This is my senior year, and we had figured out something that I could do to shave some more time off. Like I was not the best on the wall transitions. But my coach, who
Mm.
swam at Virginia Tech, she was like, "You get further down the pool than anybody I've seen in 10 years.
Mm.
Like you are really good at this pull out thing, just like with all this.
Yeah.
Just like if you do this one thing, you're gonna shave like 5 seconds off your time and you're gonna be able to qualify for state." And you basically qualify for state, you need to have like 2 times that registered. You have to basically like reconfirm that you did. We had a swim meet in Augusta, Georgia, and I got it. And we had a next meet like just at home, like over there in Marietta,
Yeah.
down there by like the Big Chicken. It's like winter break. We're doing practice. I don't breathe very good. My sinuses aren't good, so like I'm running out of breath. I gotta like
Yeah.
trim my nose here constantly so I can breathe. I'm breathing every 2 strokes on freestyle during because that's what you do for conditioning.
Yeah.
Not supposed to. I was putting a lot of strain. So we're doing practice in a bubble 2 minutes from my house, like right over there. And I'm reaching back for the wall. I'm backstroke, and I just feel something snap.
Oh no.
And my whole like right arm kind of goes not necessarily limp, but goes numb.
Yeah.
And I'm at the end of the pool.
Mm.
I get up there. I look at my coach, and I'm like, I'm I'm in some trouble right now.
Oh God. What was the what'd you end up doing here?
I end up having like type 2 tendonitis in my elbow.
Oh God.
And this is also before my last year of league baseball. Like I'm pitching, I'm going to take as much Tylenol as I possibly can to Kenny Rogers it across the plate, like
Yeah.
the Rangers and Tigers legend.
Yeah.
That didn't help me, so I really struggle throwing a baseball or football now. Like I have no velocity anymore. Like I think at best I could probably hit like 81 on the radar gun. Now I'm like 40.
It's tough, brother. Injuries come for us all, unfortunately.
You know, injuries do come for us all. You got anything else?
No, that's it, man. My athletic achievements are not particularly much to speak of.
Neither are mine, but this was episode 296 of False Start. You can follow me, John Buhler, on Twitter at X at Buhler118. You can follow Cody Williams at the Sizzle20. You can follow along with the show at CFB False Start. Like, rate, listen, subscribe, review on Apple, Spotify, YouTube, anywhere there's podcasts. It really helps the show grow. Give us a 5-star review. Just be good to us, That's about how many goals I scored in my lacrosse career. So do that for me, please.
Yeah, 100%. Match the goal total. That's what we're looking for. It's no, it's a good show, man. It's a good palate cleanser before we get into the nitty-gritty.
Yeah, we're going to be doing our season preview episode, so it'll go in a different thing on our playlist. Will still be a regular episode, but like these are going to be a little more well thought of. Every show is going to follow relatively the same format. We're going to end up doing like some definitely maybe some satin kimonos, live from Eric Crouch's couch, playoffs. You kidding me? And it's getting hot in here. Probably some dew host. We always figure it out. We always do.
100%, man. We'll get there 100%. And we're about to put on our analytical hats once again, which the off season doesn't really lend itself to very often. So it's going to be a little bit of a change of pace.
I know, man. Last week in the summer, school's back in session, I suppose. The school buses are out there. Don't get hit by one. Don't drive by a school bus that has a stop sign out. Be a good person because this is false start.